Students, I want to do a little in-class assignment with you on our audit plan number 10 and 11. So go get your audit plan and let's work this together and submit it today. Now, I need you to submit it. This is for something else. Get out of all of this on my computer. I need you to submit it under the Audit Plan Assignment tab. I intend to set one up today. What you do is you go in and you click it on. Now this is your current assignment that's due Friday. I'm giving you some time. When you go in to click that on, you'll click it on at the top here. Okay, you can either do it separately and upload it by browsing your computer, or you can click on the right submission. And again, this is for the assignment that's due on Friday. If you write in your answers here, just type all of them in, follow your instructions, and then come down here, and there's a submit button down here on the far right corner. That needs to be in by 8 o'clock on Friday. Now, like I say, I will set up a tab here for this assignment, so get this done today and get it to me by midnight if you would. Okay, let's go to the syllabus and course content, and if I have time today or this weekend perhaps, I will take a look at the syllabus and review the due dates. Okay, there's your audit plan. There's your assignment for number 2, 3, and 4. It's fully explained on the audit plan assignment tab, so go back there and see what's due. And I want 3 of each. Now, I want to go down here. I've pulled up the audit plan already and made a copy of it, but I want to show you something because this is what we're looking at doing here. I talked to you about an engagement letter. Okay, got to go back a minute. Hold on. It's not under audit plan. It's under test 3 material. I want to look at the engagement letter that I told you to read, and I did give you instructions on Monday to look at some things. So coming down here, I had told you to look at the engagement letter right here. It's the 3rd item from the top. So let me pull up the engagement letter and I'm going to show you what we're doing here exactly. Okay, I had told you to read through this engagement letter. There are actually 5 parts. What the auditor plans to do. Now this is a letter that goes to the board of directors. Okay, it's their contract. This is what, if they breach this, either party, then there's a breach of contract and either one can be sued. So the first paragraph would be what we're going to do in the audit. Are we going to do an integrated audit, which is going to be a complete audit of the financials and the internal control? Are we just going to audit the financial statements without internal control, which is what I think is the case here? Okay. And then the second one is the responsibilities of the auditor to follow generally accepted auditing standards, which I hope you do go back and review, but you need to read through this. Third is to identify the framework. Okay, this is what management is supposed to have done. They're responsible for preparing the financials. Okay, coming on down. I believe it's the 4th paragraph I'm looking for. Other information. That's what we're doing right now. We're giving them the time. We're giving them the charge for the audit. Okay, that's where this information we're doing today would go. And then reporting. Auditors plan to give an opinion, and they talk about the opinion. So there's 5 paragraphs. You need to review that for the test. I will be asking you questions off that. Okay, with that said, I need you to go to your audit plan. Let me try to secure this. I want you to look at number 10. We're going to give them the time frame here. Okay, so let me secure this at the top here. Now, I did get a chance to change the dates on all this, so we're working from last year's calendar. And what you would end up doing if we were doing this in class is I would pull up a calendar starting with October of 2018, extending through March 2019, and we would go through and determine what is going to be done and when during that time frame. Okay, so we're looking at, oh, what is this, about 6 months, somewhere like that, time frame of 6 months. And if you notice, they start the interim audit work. This is going to be what you've been doing, getting to know the client, the industry they operate in, understanding the risks that are involved, looking at the basics that we're doing right now. That's your interim audit work. A lot of that is done in the office, okay? And so completing that work, we figure, or at least we did last year, it should be completed by November the 2nd, 2018. So again, this is looking at last year's calendar. All I need you to do is follow what I'm doing and fill in the dates. Now, management letter. This is different from the engagement letter. Management will write them a letter talking about their responsibilities here. Okay, so I think there's one on Blackboard. I'll go and check. But management's letter then would be due by the 9th, 2018. Okay, then we'll go out into the field and look at the inventory. This is done in December, close to the end of the year. Sorry, you end up having to work the last day of the year some by observing inventory. So we want to put down here December 31st, 2018. You'll be counting inventory because you have to do your balance sheet, which is as of certain date, and that's going to be the end of the fiscal year. Now, if the fiscal year doesn't coincide with the calendar year, whatever the last day of the fiscal year would be, like Walmart's would be the end of January, last day in January. That would be the day you observe physical inventory. Now, you get a little time off for the new year, but then when we come back from New Year's, we want to begin the year-end audit work. So that's where we are right now. Okay, beginning the year-end audit work, and that's going to be in January. So January the 7th is the date we chose last year. And keep in mind, again, we're working from last year's calendar because we had to come and, stop abruptly what we were doing. Now, field work is what you're doing out at their office, okay? So you're looking at inventory, you're asking questions, you're reconciling bank statements, you're looking at their books. So as much as you do out there, we want to complete all of that, and we allowed about a month. So every morning you would show up there at their office and you would work. Okay, so February the 8th is what we allowed to finish that up. Then you'll have a conference, okay, with management and some of the important people there, telling them perhaps what you found, like in the sneakers. Okay, you looked at sneakers, so perhaps you would be telling them your findings. And that would be, we decided, February 22nd, 2019. Then you'll issue your audit report, okay? You're going to write them up a report telling what type of opinion you're giving. So March 6, 2019 is when we decided to do that. You're going to issue the letter. Now, they're trying to get financing here, so a letter apparently is going to the bank here. And again, if I'm not mistaken, in that reading of the engagement letter, we did not do internal control. Okay, we did look at it, but we didn't do a full audit of it. Updated management letter. Okay, again, this is management's responsibility for the financial statements, so they will update their letter, and that is March the 10th. Okay, so make sure you have those dates. Do them today. Let's get them to me. Now, flip on over. We want to see how much this is going to cost. So, going on to 11. Okay, and this is on page 5. So get that out. Now, let's take a look. Remember your hierarchy again. Assistant is going to be the staff. When you graduate, that's where you would start if you're going to do audit. Senior would be whoever's in charge of you that goes to the field with you. Manager, of course, is the one who does talking to the top level managers there, and the partner is the one who virtually stays in the office and gets, not as involved. Maybe they've been on this audit before and now they're just kind of overseeing the entire thing, but the manager is the one who actually does the talking to most of the top managers. Now, during the interim phase, when we're in our office, these are the hours they worked: 40 hours, 40 hours, 10, and 8, for a total of 98 hours for our audit firm. During the final phase, after the interim's done, when we go to the field, the staff is working 40, senior 30, manager 15, partner 12, for a total of 97. Notice the staff is doing the most time here, okay, followed by the senior, manager, and partner puts in less time on this audit. Now, money-wise, I'm sure these are a little bit outdated, and if anybody knows better how much is charged, but we've been working on these dollar amounts for several years. So what I have said was that the staff is generally charged out at $50 an hour. That doesn't mean you would make 50. That means you would probably make about $30 an hour, and the firm would make 20. So let's just keep it at that, and I'll have to look it up in the future to see if these dollar amounts have gone up. So if a total of 80 hours are worked at $50 an hour, that means that for your work, you will charge them $4,000, okay? Seniors are charged out at $75 an hour. They probably make between $45 and $50 personally, but we bill the client $75 an hour. So the total charges for the seniors will be $5,250. Check these in your calculators for me. Okay, managers are billed out at $90 an hour. Again, they make less than that. They probably make 60, maybe 70 at the most an hour. So the dollar amount that we will charge the client will be $2,250. Again, check the work. Make sure, because I'm getting this from somebody else's. Okay, and then partners are billed out at $150 an hour down here. So they probably bring in about $100 an hour. Personally, they keep. So 20 times 150 looks like $3,000. And I don't have my calculator, so please check my numbers here. Now, if we add all these numbers up, that's what we're going to charge for this audit. And we ended up with $14,500 for the audit, okay? So that's what will be put in the engagement letter here. Our contract, how many hours we plan to work, what's the dollar amount. If we're under that, that's fine. If we go over that, we need to talk with them because we are breaching our contract. And then we gave them a time frame of when we would be finished. So again, we need to keep within that as much as possible. Okay, with that said, that's what we're going to do today. Just watch this video, fill this out, take a picture, and submit it for me today. Talk to you later. Bye.